Is your smartphone causing you neck pain? Most of us spend several hours a day on our phones, and as News 12's Ian Page tells us, that can lead to tech neck or text neck. No matter what you call it, it's a new name for an old problem.
You see it all the time. People hunched over, looking down at their phones, texting, looking at videos, checking email for several hours a day. Bending the head forward puts a strain on your spine. The pain that comes from this poor posture is called tech neck.
Repetitive stress strain injury on the back of the neck that we've gotten from using our devices in our laps like this.
Dr. Timothy Roberts, a spine surgeon at the New York Spine Institute, says tech neck is a common problem today, especially with young adults who can't live without their smartphone.
These are the kinds of stress and strains we typically saw in older people, fifth and sixth decade people. But yeah, now we're seeing it with younger and younger people who are constantly glued to their phones.
So our head on average weighs about 10, maybe 12 pounds. But when we bend down to look at our phone, it weighs about 60 pounds. So that's like having a 60-pound weight around your neck.
If you're holding a weight underneath, you can hold it for a little bit. It's not too bad. But imagine trying to hold this thing out like this. And you're doing this for 5-6 hours a day. My goodness, the muscles in the back of the neck get really strained, really stressed, irritated, inflamed, and that's what's associated with the ongoing pains.
Tech neck can affect anyone who hunches over any device with poor posture.
It can happen from looking at a computer screen for an extended period of time.
Dr. Jeffrey Gutman is an orthopedic surgeon with the New York Spine Institute. He says he saw more patients with tech neck during the COVID lockdown because everyone was working from home.
People sort of lost their face-to-face contact time, so contact with other people was often via text messaging.
That's what happened to Frank Grimaldi, a patient of Dr. Gutman. Frank is a national sales manager and usually travels around the country, but during the lockdown started experiencing pain in his back and neck.
Dr. Gutman informed me that I was spending way too much time in front of the computer or texting.
During the pandemic, Frank couldn't travel, so he set up a home workstation and didn't realize he was spending 10 to 12 hours a day in front of several computers.
I didn't pay attention to where the screens were and that I was looking down.
How do we fix it? Use better posture, take frequent breaks, and walk around every half hour or so.
And there's plenty to do outside.
Ian Page, News 12, Long Island.
That's a great point, too. So we're not going to give up our phones, right? We know that. So we've got some tips on how to prevent text neck on our website for you. Go to news12.com, click on numbers and links, and make sure maybe your computer screen is up high so you're not bending down.